Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Cupid here, finally bringing you the Week 2 recap. Why did Week 2 take so long, you may ask? Well, there was an extension, and the match did not get played until basically this weekend. And by this weekend, I mean, during the section of time where I was unable to stream, or, take time to record anything, and as a result, I had to wait until my next available day, which happens to be, this is being recorded on Labor Day, which is technically the first day of week 4 of the Draft League, and I have the day off due to being a teacher, which is pretty nice. That being said, we still have to get through the Week 2 recap, and I will also be recording the Week 3 recap very, very shortly. So let's get straight into the matches, shall we? First up, we have Roots versus Kitsune. So we lead with the Jirachi into the Grimmsnarl, and if we just turn-one-clicked Ironhead, that would have been very funny. But instead we clicked Doom Desire, which is pretty strong. It's basically a really strong Steel-type Future Sight. And now we have Mega Lopunny coming in to fake out the Grimmsnarl, as Doom Desire is going to connect and do some solid chip, but actually not even nearly as much as I thought it would have done. But after Reflect goes up, Lopunny just continues to click the attacks, and Grimmsnarl just sort of dies. And at any point we could have just like attacked and done damage, and that would have been good. Luckily for us, Chen Pao does a lot of damage and catches a Jirachi on a switch. And now we have Fruit Baby, which is a Poison Ghost. I thought it was Poison Dark. Oops. Seems I was wrong. And yeah, so now Pecharunt is going to Parting Shot out of there as Melmetal goes for the Double Iron Bash, and Slitherwing does not have Flame Body. Now, Double Iron Bash does do some solid chip even after the Parting Shot. In fact, it does nearly kill the Slitherwing anyway, chip, which is pretty good. And if we Scald it here on the switch and get a burn on this Jirachi, we're feeling pretty good. Instead, we don't get a burn, which is fine. I mean, unless this Jirachi is packing Psychic, then, you probably don't have to be scared of anything. But, I guess we were scared of something. Jirachi is going to now Wish, and then U-turn into Ursaluna. Is this a Double Iron Bash? No, it is a Superpower on the switch. We catch the Ursaluna, and it just dies. Fantastic stuff. Now, Lopunny comes in, we are going to get close combated for a crit on our Toxapex, which does minimal damage. In fact, after leftovers, that's less than, our regenerator will heal. And we tried the Toxic on the switch, when there's still a Jirachi and a Pecharunt in the back. We probably should have just clicked Scald again there, because it went so well for us the first time. We got some chip off. And now we are going to Double Iron Bash, trying to knock out this Jirachi. Nearly do, but it turns out that it didn't. So now we're going to click Double Iron Bash again. And Slitherwing is going to perish. And I'm starting to see very little things that Kitsune can do about this large and in-charge barge. We go for Return, not even going for Fake Out Chip, and a single hit of Double Iron Bash is going to knock out this Lopunny. Pecharunt's gonna come in, we're gonna Parting Shot, but I think it's too little too late. We have no Pokemon that beat this. Double Iron Bash is going to knock out the Jirachi. We bring back in Pecharunt. I mean, Pecharunt's got base 184 or whatever defense, so we could have gone for Nasty Plot here if we were packing it, but it seems we are on a Toxic Parting Shot set. So tragically, even with Terra Steel, I don't think we are ever breaking through this. But between the Steel and the Ghost type, we do have the abilities to give this thing some issue. Wish Pass to Pecharunt is going to heal Pecharunt quite a bit, and Roots has to switch out. I guess he is running out of Double Iron Bashes. He has 2 left. He has been clicking them this game. Now we have Mega Latios using Aura Sphere into Pokemon with base 154 special defense. And, yeah, after a Parting Shot, we're just not doing any chip, but Mystical Fire is good here, because now, maybe we can survive. Oh, we have Roost, okay, so we're gonna survive the Moonblast, very good stuff. Tragically, this is still not a winning position for Roots. Eventually, he will run out of Roosts, and he recognizes this and switches out. That's very good. We have a double switch. We both apparently predicted that switch that turn. Okay, Pecharunt is in. Here's Toxapex. And we have a steel type, you know, in the back. And we are going to parting shot into the Zapdos. Florges is coming in. Okay. Florges is looking kind of massive here, for real. But Florges has no moves that beat this. And, well, it's time to play the 50-50 game. Did you double Iron Bash on the Switch? Nope, you superpowered. And this is definitely banded, by the way. Sheerly based off of the amount of damage that this thing has done. So now we can get a Toxic off on this Zapdos, and Poison Puppeteer is going to also cause the Zapdos to get confused. And it hurts itself, and now we can Parting Shot into the Zapdos, and now it's also going to take Toxic Chip, and on top of that, this floor just wins one-on-one anyway. Volt Switch for 10%. Mega Latios, did we click Moonblast? We did. Mega Latios goes down, and, hold on. This game might not be over. Chen Pao comes in, we're at full. We decide to go into the Pecharunt anyway on Crunch. I don't know why we would do that. We're gonna Protect. Okay, but why though? We could have just stayed in and clicked Moonblast. No, we could have clicked Moonblast. Why didn't we click Moonblast? Why did we not click Moonblast? What fighting move are we scared of on Chen Pao? Oh no. And now that we don't have Pecharunt, there is a Melmetal here. And this Melmetal is going to probably win. And yes, it does. Guess what? Choice Banded Superpower does a lot of damage. Kitsune Noble is going to be defeated in this first game. Some people may call that an upset, but you know, the only thing I'm upset about was sacking Pecharunt to Chen Pao for no reason. I don't know why we did that. So we're gonna lead Stealth Rock versus Stealth Rock, very good stuff. Now we're gonna lead Spikes versus Whirlwind, which is, I mean, Rudes doesn't really have removal outside of the Zapdos, and that's if the Zapdos is even running removal. But we do have Earthquake on this Ting-Lu, presumably for this Jirachi. But now we're gonna U-turn back into the Garchomp, and the Garchomp's probably gonna get up another layer, if I had to guess. Yep, there's another layer. Ruination having the HP remaining of the Garchomp. Doom Desire connects for 20%, not very much damage. Now Garchomp's going for Earthquake Chip. Okay, Ursaluna is in. And does this trigger the burn from the Flame Orb? It does. Uh-oh. Big threat. Okay, but Ting-Lu is faster. Facade going to kill the Ting-Lu, with relative ease, I may add. But that Ting-Lu did put in a lot of work. Okay, this Zapdos has the heavy-duty boots. I don't know why we were scared of it. It's definitely into defog. And we defogged off our own rocks, as Kitsune does not have a defogger on her team outside of this Florges, but let's be honest, the Florges isn't going to be packing that. Alright, so we go into Florges as Ice Spinner is used, and that's probably abandoned Chen Pao because it's just dead, you know? Florges died. Which is not what you want to see if you're Kitsune. That Florges did put in so much work at the end of that last game. Yeah, that hurts our odds pretty dramatically. But hey, it's really hard to switch in defensively on Chen Pao. That makes sense, you know? But, yeah, I would have probably, like, I don't know, sacked Garchomp or something. Because, well, now we don't have defensive switches. We only have offensive switches, and, we are going to lose our Garchomp to double Iron Bash. But we do have, you know, Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet Chip, pretty good stuff. Now we have Burned Ursaluna coming in with close combat as opposed to something like Headlong Rush or Earthquake. But I guess it makes sense if you were trying to catch, you know, the incoming Latios or Zapdos with a catch-all, then you'd use, you know, close combat for Chip. Alright, so now we have, this absolute menace to society, Pecharunt, using Protect and, you know, absorbing these Ice Spinners and getting off Toxic with Poison Puppeteer. Fantastic. Alright, now we're probably going to Protect again, because I think Roots wants to keep this Chen Pao alive, but it seems like Roots does not actually want to keep this Chen Pao alive. I don't know why you wouldn't want to keep this Chen Pao alive. considering it is faster than most things. Now we're gonna have a parting shot into Jirachi, okay. Now what's Jirachi gonna go for here? Dying? Probably. It lives. Okay, that's very surprising. It does survive. We are gonna get up a wish. That's actually huge for Kitsune. And we go into Ursaluna as Luster Purge is used and our wish goes off. And we get nothing from it. Well, if Jirachi had Protect, I feel like Protect was always the play there. But it's okay. You know, it's hard to make predictions sometimes. Now we get Scald Burned on our Lopunny, and that should basically do it here. Because Lopunny with halved attack is not going to break through the rest of this team, especially this Toxapex that we are looking at right now. And I do not believe that the Jirachi is packing a Psychic move, and I do not believe that Pecharunt is even packing an attack. So... yeah, not really what you want to see if you're a Kitsune fan here, but it's okay. Roots gets this win 2-0 most likely. Unless, you know, Pecharunt suddenly has Heal Bell and Healing Wish and fully heals this Lopunny, and this Lopunny suddenly has Zen Headbutt and a Dark move. Which probably just isn't gonna... it probably isn't gonna be the case. So... yeah, Roots gets game, the match 2-0. Not bad for him, not bad. We are just waiting out the rest as a formality. And the last move is Recover on this Pecharunt, which means it has no attacks and cannot do anything to this Toxapex. That being said, we really can't do anything here, and Qianpao now comes in, gets parting shotted into the Lopunny. But unless Qianpao is slower than this, Qianpao should win. And also you have a Toxapex. You know, the Toxapex will just win the battle by itself eventually. You just gotta keep clicking Scald. Look at that, big chip. Look at that, 17% huge chip. Alright, we bring in the Latios. Latios definitely can do it here. You know, there's no defensive switch you can make on the Latios' Luster Purge. We do end up losing the Pecharunt, and Latios is bulky enough to survive the Lopunny's attacks, especially when it is burned. So, yeah, there it is. Roots gets the 2-0. Very good, Roots. Congratulations on the 2-0. And let us proceed to the next match. The next match is Shadow King versus Assassin. Alright, here we go. We got two heavy hitters in this league. Look at this. Breloom lead versus Glimmora. Alright, Glimmora is going to go for Stealth Rocks. Breloom is going to use a physical move on the Glimmora and give... not only that, it's a physical multi-hit move, so now the Toxic Spikes are up. Incredible. Banette comes in. We're going to put in our Shifu. It's going to get Toxic Poisoned and take Rock's Chip. Banette's using Sludge Bomb, which is a special attack, because we have special attacking Banette. You know, why would we use Banette's physical attack when it has, you know, base 75 special attack and base 112 physical attack? Why would we use the special attack? Anyways, we are going to lose our Charizard for free. Now we're going to go back into Banette and let this Breloom get Toxic Poisoned as Assassin. And we terrastalize into flying and to just die to Sludge Bomb anyway. Okay, now we have Farigiraf. Okay, now we go into Zoroark. Unless the Zoroark was the Pokemon using Sludge Bomb the whole time, because let's be honest, that was the Pokemon that was using Sludge Bomb this whole time. Alright, so now Torterra comes in, terrastalizes into a Fairy type, is going to die to Blood Moon. So, oops, why did we do this? Uh-oh, now all of our Pokemon are slower than this, and now we have Tauros coming in with Intimidate to reduce the Ursaluna Blood Moon special attack, right? Because that's what Intimidate does. Torkoal's gonna come in, set the sun, Aqua Jet's gonna do no sorts of damage. This Torkoal is likely going to spin rapidly now, but we go into a Banette with Frisk, and the Banette is going... the Torkoal is Flame Plate. Okay, and then we're gonna sack our Zoroark to Torkoal for some reason. I don't even know why we went into the Banette in the first place, if we were just gonna switch all of our Pokemon around and sack everything. So now, after all of this, we finally decide to Mega Evolve and then click the move that does not kill Torkoal. But Torkoal will eventually just die to the Toxic Spikes that, you know, Assassin put up himself. And now we just lose to Walking Wake in the back. Photosynthesis for special attack, Hydro Steam is going to kill everything, including this Tauros. But the sun is gone, so now it is not. But tragically, this Tauros is not going to do what it needs to do here, and we are going to get off a close combat, and we probably we nearly died to that Hydro Steam. That means this is probably a Specs Walking Wake. And we close combat again. Hold on, this Tauros can win Farigarath with heavy duty boots. Okay, no crit, and guess what? It didn't win. Literally any attack ends the game at this point. And the Farigarath did in fact have an attack. Shadow King is defeated in Game 1 here. Game 2. Alright, so Shadow King's probably going to continue switching his Pokemon around for no reason as we go for get close combated. First layer of Toxic Spikes goes up. Good idea, not just, you know, clicking the multi-hit move for no reason. However, all of the layers are up, and I don't think Assassin knows what the move Rapid Spin does. So this is actually pretty good for Shadow King. I don't know why we would go into Tauros here, but apparently it was good enough to scare Shadow King into switching. This time Farigarath comes in on the switch in close combat, and for whatever reason Shadow King does not think clicking close combat again will kill. And then we lose our entire Zoroark for free. Good decision making. Now Charizard comes in to click Dragon Dance as Trick Room is used, and guess what? This Farigarath is now going to solo your entire team. Fantastic stuff. We lose our whole Charizard in exchange for Trick Room going up, which is absolutely terrible as a trade. Breloom's going to come in. Torterra is the response to it. We Terrastalize into a Fairy as Breloom Terrastalizes into a Flying type. We use Bullet Seed, knowing that this Breloom Terra Flyinged last game. Instead of going for, like, Shell Smash. Terra Blast to try and knock out this Torterra, but guess what? It didn't work, and now we're getting blasted by rocks because we set up Trick Room and made the Torterra better than us. Urshifu comes back in here. We are slower than this, but since it is Urshifu single, you know, it'll be okay. We survived the Bullet Seed. Poison Jab is the click. Okay? And now here, you probably want to go something like Banette, but instead we decide to go into Tauros. This is going to force a switch, but tragically, you know, I don't think Shadow King can win at this point. Raging Bull for 20% is not bad. We should have probably used something like Close Combat, though, because the sun exists. Alright, so Banette comes in, rocks go up, which is terrible because there's only 2 Pokemon alive. And Encore is going to trap you into Stealth Rocks. Hold on, Shadow King showing signs of actually being sentient. Now we're going to Shadow Sneak because Assassin wanted to keep clicking Stealth Rocks. Walking Wake comes in. Oh no. Okay, we need to survive this. How do we survive this? Do we have Protect? Dragon Dance on the Photosynthesis special attack Pokemon. Poltergeist going... We're Dragon Dance choice specs. Poltergeist outright goobs this thing. Shadow Sneak nearly kills. Wicked Blow is going to kill us back, and it is Tauros versus Ursaluna. And really, all Shadow King has to do here is click Close Combat. Good job! You have successfully made the worst play in Pokemon I have ever seen. Next game. Alright, so next up we have Ingle versus Spirit. Rip Ingle. Alright, so, you know, we lead with Blissey into this Rotom Wash. Fantastic stuff. And we're gonna get up the rocks. The Rotom is gonna Volt Switch out. Cramorant is coming in against the Clodsire to use a water move, probably. And guess what? Rotom's back, and we used Surf. We're gulping now. And guess what? We have Arrokuda. We're gonna do that big chip damage with Arrokuda. But now we go into Garganacci. As Volt Switch is used, we do not want to lose our Cramorant, and honestly, that is fair. Okay, so now we're gonna Salt Cure Kartana as it goes for Sword Stance, and if we have Protect, this isn't that bad, but it is pretty bad. Alright, so we get knocked off for our leftovers. Did we just click Recover? Iron Defense. Okay. Do we have Protect? Well, we lost our guard. Oops. Why did we do that? Why did we do that? Alright, so we're gonna Thunderclap, right? Okay, good. Thunderclap does at least clean up this Kartana, so we don't get swept by it. That's good. Flutter Mane comes in, and now we're gonna Thunderclap as Flutter Mane goes for Substitute, and we are cooked. Calm Mind, yeah. So we're probably... I mean, we needed to go into, like, something to set, like, Trick Room or something, or else we're just cooked, and it's a little bit... It's too little too late at this point. It has Substitute. We saw it had Substitute. Why would it not click Substitute in front of a Blissey? Why did you think that you were going to be able to get off the Toxic on this Flutter Mane? And this is probably an attack turn, so we're gonna Mega Evolve. Shadow Ball kills us. Yep, that's gonna do it. Sure, we have Blissey, but Blissey ain't getting through the Substitute because Blissey has no moves that beat this. So Jingle is cooked. GG's. Shake my hand. Oh my gosh, Cramorant survived? I didn't think Cramorant would survive that. Alright, Cramorant's got a Pikachu, but guess what? We did not break the sub. Goodbye. Goodbye, Cramorant. You Gulp Missile. It connects on the Flutter Mane, and we get the Para, which is actually kind of good. Maybe if we had gone into Cramorant a little bit earlier, we could have survived this, because then we could have, like, used this to break the sub, and then, like, gone into Mawile with, like, Sucker Punch, and then maybe somehow we get somewhere, but, again, probably too little too late. And, yeah, this thing has no moves that beat the Flutter Mane, and now that we're paralyzed as well, we can't even, like, Toxic it. So, we are going to prolong the inevitable, but, yeah, no, this is gonna do it. Ooh, and the crit, just to seal the deal. Make sure that this game does not go longer than it needs to. Spirit gets game 1. Let's see about game 2. Do you think Jingle could break through game 2? I mean, so Spirit's team is all just fast and hard-hitting. Jingle has a team that can totally benefit from Trick Room. Do you think Jingle is playing Trick Room? Probably not, but he could be. And that's something worth considering. So Cramorant here is going to get off a Surf into the Rotom, get a crit for 15%, huge chip. Now we're going to go into Blissey on the Rotom as it just Volt Switches away, as it has always done. Flutter Mane is back. Guess what's going to happen? Probably Substitute. Oh my goodness. When will we learn that our actions have consequences? Alright, so this time we go into Mawile immediately, which is... maybe we survive? Here's the Mega Evolution, Sucker Punch, Big Chip. We get the crit. We survive. Okay, we do survive. Okay, we are going to keep the Flutter Mane for later. We're going to Swords Dance up, and here we go, minigame time. We read the attack, we hit the Sucker Punch, we land a crit. Massive. Okay, Sucker Punch again, doing 54%. That's huge chip on this Roaring Moon. Now we have probably... Well, we have to not go into a Ghost type on Roaring Moon, but I guess it's fine. I guess we were confident. Maybe we were packing Colberberry. But, yeah, that probably shouldn't have forced a switch. In my opinion, at least. Probably should not have. Cramorant's gonna defog off the rocks. Okay. Blissey's gonna come in. Guess what happens? Volt Switch. Okay. Big Volt Switch. Flutter Mane is back. It is time for Substitute. Do you like my substitute? We should have went to the Cramorant here. We did not learn from our plans last game. Paralyze him with Cramorant. And this is just gonna die. Oops. Unfortunate, but it's looking kinda Jover here, as the kids say. It looks Jover. Alright, so we're gonna try and surf the Flutter Mane, but tragically, you know, we are above hat, so we do not get Pikachu. We cannot fire the Pikachu at the Flood Main, which is not what you want to see. I mean, you want to see the Pikachu fired at the Flood Main to paralyze it, but you cannot fire the Pikachu because Cramorant is bad Pokemon. And you have to be at below half to fire Pikachus, which is something that's really silly. I feel like you should be able to fire Pikachu whenever you want. I feel like if they did that, Cramorant might be NU as opposed to ZU. But now we have Pikachu. Fantastic stuff. Now we just need to keep attacking until we can fire the Pikachu. We miss Hurricane. That's not what you want to see. Ingolfan's in shambles. And yeah, this one looks pretty over. But we have Pikachu at least. Pikachu is here. It's crazy. Cramorant is broken. You get to have 8 Pokemon on your team. That's insane. Why do you get to have 8 Pokemon with Cramorant? You get also Pikachu and Arrokuda, which is broken. It's a broken Pokemon. But tragically, Fluttermane with 5 Calm Minds is going to win the battle. But, you know, it looks like we're going to go for 6, because we can. Why not, right? And there it is, the 6th one. Alright, say goodbye to Exodia. So Spirit learned from the interaction in the last battle where Cramorant paralyzed the Fluttermane. But Jingle did not, and tragically for Jingle, this is going to result in his very, very timely defeat, you know? Anyways, even Blissey cannot survive the wrath of Fluttermane. Heal for 1% with Soft-Boiled. Heal for 1% with Soft-Boiled. Yeah, so we were not prepared for the mane of the Flutter. I have hiccups now. Great, I love hiccups. Alright, Moonblast, Oko's the Garg, and Moonblast will likely also, if not outright Oko, it'll probably do like half to this Blissey. $78, oh my goodness. Goodbye, Blissey. You will be Missy. And there we go. Spirit gets the 2-0 win with the power of Fluttermane. Good stuff. Next, we have, this is Snow Mercury versus Ryevji. Okay. So we have Team Double Weather versus Team No Weather, with the Nihilego to Meteor Beam. But instead we go for Toxic Spikes. Okay, so we're Sashly Nihilego. Sorry about that. So we are going to get up all of the Toxic Spikes. And now we are going to use a Rock move. No, we're actually going for Reflect. Insane. Are we going for Light Screen too? No, we are going for Sludge Wave now. This Nihilego turn 1 could have clicked Meteor Beam and killed this Ninetales. This is actually a team I would probably consider bringing Meteor Beam Nihilego against. But, we have Reflect up, and we decided for whatever reason to put our 4 times weak to Ice-type Pokemon in front of the Ice-type Pokemon. But luckily, Shadow Claws did not have interest in clicking the Ice-type move. Now Tyranitar is going to come in, put up the Sandstorm, as Zygarde dances to Dodurude. And Tyranitar is packing Ice Beam, and that kills the Zygarde. Insane tech, but honestly not unheard of. Now Venusaur is in to use Earthquake, because that's something that Venusaurs usually run. And we get an Ice Beam Freeze, and did we forget to Mega Evolve our Venusaur? Nice. Incredible. Wow. Wow. The level of play here is just obscene, week 1. No, this isn't even week 1, it's week 2. Anyways, special attacking Tyranitar beats Mega Venusaur in a one-on-one, which is not something I thought I'd ever say. And now Samurot's going to go for Swords Dance on the Squawkabilly. Parting Shot is used, we go into Excadrill, and now Ryevji cannot stop edging. Now we have Rapid Spin to get rid of all of the spikes, but now the spikes are going back up because of Ceaseless Edging. and that's really crazy. Arctozolt is going to come in. The Samurott is faster, as Samurott does, and uses Sacred Sword, which kills the Arctozolt. Now Tyranitar dies to the spikes, and Houndstone cannot respect our opponent. We Terra Stellar, and then we get cooked by Ceaseless Edge. I guess Samurott just wins the game. Brave Bird is used, but are we just gonna click another attack? Aqua Cutter? Okay, do we have Aqua Jet? No, we don't. We have Sword Stance. So I guess Samurott has just decided that the rest of this game, I got it, fam. We go into Circuitry to, you know, get the KO. And Squawkabilly will Protect, but tragically, Protect is not as good in singles as it is in VGC. We tried to Parting Shot to survive, but tragically, our Parting Shot was just that. And our Pokemon was shot partingly and fainted. And Ryevji gets game 1. Game number 2. T-Tar versus Nihilego lead. Special attacking T-Tar. We are going to go for Toxic Spikes. Earth Power. Times 4 super effective Earth Power does 36% to Nihilego, which is not good chip, I am going to be honest. But it's okay. Nihilego is going to put up Reflect, and I don't know if we had Light Screen on our Pokemon, but Reflect only protects us from physical attacks. Why did we go into Zygarde fully knowing that this Tyranitar had Ice Beam? What the fuck, Ryevji? What the fuck? Come on, dude. We knew it had Ice Beam from the last game. Why did we do that again? Did he full gore? Did he full gore? Alright, well, Venusaur with Reflect. We're gonna Synthesis. Sure. Okay, was this our plan last game? Was just to Synthesis? Alright, well now Tyranitar is Toxic Poison. That's fun. And we're gonna use Toxic, even though we already have up 2 layers of Toxic Spikes. I guess we were really trying to hit that Pokemon with the flying, that has the flying type move that probably kills us. Now we're gonna Leech Seed, because Leech Seed, Toxic Synthesis, Earthquake is the move set, and Psychic Fangs. Okay. Houndstone does not hit very hard. Fantastic stuff. Big chip from Earthquake. Big chip. We're looking like a Gen 1 Venusaur out here. The only thing we're missing is Razor Leaf, but instead we have Earthquake for some reason on our Mega Venusaur. And since it's Sandstorm, by the way, Synthesis actually heals for less, which is something of relevance to note. Now Excadrill comes in and is immune to Toxic Spikes and uses Rapid Spin. And now we are going to Synthesis again, because we are really scared of Excadrill. Now Tyranitar is back, and Venusaur is going to continue using Synthesis, because I guess we really need our health back. Now we are going to Earthquake as Tyranitar uses Ice Beam into a Pokemon with the ability Thick Fat. Samurott's gonna come in now, okay, but we have a double switch into Squawkabilly. Does Squawkabilly get close combat? Because if so, click it. Well, we are going to use Parting Shot, which tells me that it probably does not have close combat. Now Ryevji cannot stop edging again. This is not what you want to see if you are a fan of Snow Mercury. But we have Earthquake, so that's good. And we finally use a good move, and we kill a Pokemon. Alright, now Tyranitar is going to come in while Toxic Poisoned and with the Spike, and die to Fire Lash. Are we gonna get cooked by this Centiskorch? We go into Excadrill, presumably to Earthquake, but that doesn't kill. And we lose 2 Pokemon to Centiskorch, but it will die to Sandstorm here. We go Squawkabilly to Intimidate. Actual Protect KO from Sandstorm. Haven't seen one of these in forever. Alright. And now Ryevji has Circuitry, and he has Mega Venusaur. And we needed to keep the Squawkabilly alive for the Venusaur in the back. We decided to go Ninetales to put up the snow, as Volt Switch is used to do Big Chip. But we do know that this has Extra Sensory, and these Synthesises are only healing for 25. We decided to go for Aurora Veil instead of just punching this Venusaur. We let our Ninetales get Toxic, which isn't great. Extra Sensory, Big Chip, Leech Seed, big healing. Theoretically, we can survive this. We decide to switch to Squawkabilly, though, as Earthquake is used probably. Nope, Synthesis. Okay. Well, here we should be clicking Parting Shot because Xurkitree should come in, but instead Venusaur decides to stay in and get Brave Birded for its life savings. Squawkabilly will get Toxic Poison, but at this point it has already gotten off the goob nut known as using Brave Bird, and then the last move is Facade, which tells me if this... No, it's Intimidate. Okay, sure. Now here we're going to Parting Shot into the Ninetales. It is going to die to these spikes, which is not what you want to see, because you really kind of wanted this Slush Rush to be active. But if this Arctozolt is packing Earthquake, we are probably fine. Aurora Veil, and the Xurkitree does no damage. We have Stomping Tantrum, and that is gonna do it. Okay. Oh, yeah, right. I'm pretty sure that Arctozolt does not get Earthquake, but it does get Stomping Tantrum. And surprisingly, that just killed. So, based on how little that did, I'm gonna go with Assault Vest. I'm gonna go with Assault Vest Arctozolt. Alright, Game 3. I believe this is, like, one of the first, if not the first of the Game 3s of the season. Ryebji this time has decided to bring his UFO, Nue, also known as Deoxys Speed, which is capable of changing forms, just like Nue. Okay, great. Now Ryebji has named all of his Pokemon after Toho characters. What a fucking weeb. Alright, now we're going to Mega Evolve into Psychic Fangs and perish, because Synthesis does not heal us for as much as we think it does, because the Sandstorm is up. Now we go into Sense Scorch, Momoyo, you know, the Dragon Eater of the dragons, right? And we are going to die, probably? No, Fire Lash is solid ship, we get the defense lower, but we're still going to die anyway. Psychic Fangs does pick up the KO, fantastic stuff. We really should just go into Deoxys because it kills. Does our Deoxys pack a fighting type move? If it does, we should probably have clicked it. We clicked Energy Ball. And Sandstorm gives a special defense boost to rock types, and based on the fact that that only did 20, I think this might even be Assault Vest on top of all of that. Dark Pulse just kills. It just kills. You know, why would we use physical attacks on Tyranitar if our special attack is a whopping total of 51? Especially when our physical attack is a whopping total of 134. You know, the lower number is stronger, right? Just like in golf. Now, you know, the blade that can cut anything is in, and it's going to edge ceaselessly all over the place. Protect is used. It looks like we have no intentions of not attacking into it. So we are going to attack into it and lose our blade that can cut through anything because of the power of Brave Bird. But now Xurkitree is in and getting Parting Shotted, and I mean, I don't know, Tail Glow? Oh shit! Tail Glow! We can win! We can win! Dazzling Gleam knocks out this T-Tar. We can win! It's very hard because Excadrill's about to come in and click Earthquake, but we can win here. Why did we sack our Xurkitree? I guess winning was not our plan, actually. Anyways, here's Aika. To also die, because we need to put up Reflect against Excadrill. Yeah, no, we're cooked. We're cooked. That'll do it. I mean, hold on. There's no weather currently. We can Synthesis here. Okay. Nice. Okay, we can lose to this Squawkabilly, unironically. It's using Parting Shot, but we literally don't care. We should have clicked Leech Seed here. Did we click Leech Seed? Oh my gosh. Ryebji is making correct plays. Earthquake? Earthquake? Crit? Earthquake? Oh, he didn't crit! I believe you... Now Leech Seed. Did he make the Leech Seed play? Oh my gosh, he's getting every turn right. Alright, Parting Shot. We should be Earthquaking. We clicked Toxic instead. Hey, you know what? That's probably better. Okay, we get up our seeds. Seed. We're back to full. And the wildest part is that this is not going to do enough damage. There's fucking thick fat. You know, it's got thick fat. We should be clicking the Psychic move. Uh-oh. Synthesis? Oh no. Oh no. Does this Venusaur win? No way, right? Arctizolt? Synthesis? We're back to full. Arctizolt doesn't kill here. The snow stops. Ninetales comes in, is gonna die to Toxic at the end of the turn, if not 4% Earthquake. Alright, the snow is back, Arctizolt is back, Bolt Beak is going to do nothing. Earthquake does 5%! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, we should Leech Seed because it's more damage than Earthquake. Alright, Toxic time. Toxic time. Toxic time. We synthesized for no reason. This was incorrect. Oh no, Brave Bird is in. It's over. We are cooked. The Brave Bird. The bird is the word. Everyone knows the bird is the word. Venusaur is dead. And Shadow Claws, also known as Snow Mercury, has defeated Ryuichi's Venusaur. Fantastic stuff. Alright, well, next we have XCTL. I believe that's Dusty? I forget. I have the usernames mixed up. One of these is Gorefield, I believe, or Gorefield, and the other is Dusty. So we will observe now. Okay, so we have Young Bonk versus Young Bird. Fantastic stuff. Ivy Cudgel is going to bonk the bird. Now the bird is going to Brave Bird, Birdly. Fantastic. Big Chip. Now Tapu Koko is coming in to get roosted on, and now the bird is, you know, birding all over the place. Now we have Heatran to absorb Dazzling Gleam, because Tapu Koko with Dazzling Gleam is not a real set. Alright, now we have Stealth Rocks going up because, you know, we're not scared of this Tapu Koko. We are specially defensive Heatran with Earth Power, and we get U-turned on. Kraydilly comes in, which is very funny. Magma Storm gonna trap this Kraydilly with us. And now we have Terra Normal Kraydilly, which is interesting. I gotta say, of all the types, I guess Terra Normal Kraydilly is there to wall the Dragapult? Well, here's Iron Hands to hand you a loss. Ironly. Alright, did we use, like, Thunder Punch? No, we used Drain Punch. Okay, so tragically, we did not Thunder Punch and get the free KO on this thing. But we took no damage from this Moonblast. That's telling me Assault Vest. Heavy Slam is used. Okay. And now Bonk is in to bonk you. But do we have priority? Nope. We do not. But it's okay. We have the bird. Now we have the bird versus the Bonk again. Fantastic. Metal Treads comes out to use its treads metallically. And we are going to simply U-turn out with the bird after we get our heavy-duty boots knocked off. No, decided to roost. Okay, that's fine. Well, Volt Switch is good. We have slow Volt Switch, slow U-turn situation here. Live slow U-turn reaction. Alright, so now we can deal with this Tapu Koko. And we decide to go into our Heatran, which barely lives, and we go for rocks. Well, we lose our Heatran. That's not exactly great for us, but it's okay. So now we have this absolute menace to society, and we are polishing the rock so Lando can sweep you like I missed a white. And now, well, I mean, Mega Diancie has always been one of my favorite Pokemon to use. So, you know, Mega Diancie is slowly removing the things that answer Mega Diancie. We are going to sacrifice our Ogerpon for some reason, as we don't want to take an attack from this thing. We're going to use Hydro Pump. This is AV, though, and if we are packing Thunder Punch, it kills. But apparently Drain Punch also kills thanks to Quark Drive for attack. Iron Bundle does have solid physical defense, but, you know, boosted attack is pretty good. Especially when your stab's super effective. Now we have Iron Treads to quake the earth, and in response to this, we have this absolute lovely Pokemon to use Earth Power. Nearly knock out the Iron Treads, but not quite. And the Iron Treads is low enough at this point to where most things will kill it. We decide to opt for the Alakazam Energy Ball tactic, and it's a Kraydilly versus a Mandibuzz, a Focus Blast Alakazam. and a Dredgebolt. And as much as we would like to win, there is a 70% chance that this battle ends this turn, and as you can see, it did there. Next battle. Alright, so I like how it was played. I like how when the rocks went up, they did not go not up. And now we have a Horn Leech on the switch to Heatran. Luckily, though, fire types cannot be Flame Body Burn. We are going to Magma Storm for 1,000,000 damage on this Iron Bundle, and if we have Protect, it is dead. We do not have Protect, so we go into our Iron Hands as it has Flip Turn. Well, here comes the Bonk. And now, once again, we have another Bird versus Bonk situation. But this time, the Bonk has a Sword Stance. And we are going to merely trade, but tragically the Bonk is faster and is going to knock you out with Horn Leech. Now we have lost our Bird in exchange for a Bonk with a Sword Stance. However, this thing is going to be slower than Alakazam, but it's packing Quick Attack, which is so funny. But Zam does still survive it because Quick Attack is a weak move. Now we can get off a Focus Blast, but tragically we miss. Such is the life of Alakazam using Focus Blast. And here comes Dredgebolt again to revenge the kill with Revenge. But we get knocked off, we lose our item, and then we get Flamethrower off, which is, I mean, pretty unfortunate. Being slower after the Rapid Spin does actually kind of suck, because now we don't Okotis Treads. And now we are also losing our Iron Hands trying to deal with the Treads. And I do believe that this one is looking pretty over. Earthquake gonna knock out the Diancie. If we had not Mega'd, maybe we lived that, but I am doubtful that we would have. Heatran is not on a balloon. It is going to die. And finally, Dredgebolt, we have already seen, is slower than this, and we have lost all of our Pokemon Iron Tread strongest. Very good. Alright, the game 3, the third game, the last of the games for this match. Alright, so now we have Heatran versus Bundle, and we are going to get bundled on, but we do need to switch, and we decide to go into the Iron Hands to, Drain Punch. Now, Valiant coming out was to be expected, and we are going to Heavy Slam the Valiant because Assault Vest Treads survives the Moonblast with relative ease, as we have already seen. Now Bonk is in, we go straight into Mandibuzz. Is this a Sword Stance on the Switch? It is, in fact, a Sword Stance on the Switch. This is not what you wanted to see. This is another Sword Stance on the second Switch, and oh no. Oh no. Is it over? Horn Leech brings the Zam to Sash. Counter Alakazam! You know, I literally had this thought for a second. I was like, what if this Alakazam's on counter? But I didn't say it out loud because I thought, that's the most insane shit. No one would ever do that. But here we go. We have counter Alakazam, right? Anyways, we get a special defense drop on this Cradilly as we go for Magma Storm. Guess what? Cradilly could learn Earthquake, and Heatran cannot fight this. But we instead decide to fight this, and we go for Stealth Rocks as our Heatran dies. This Cradilly has multiple attacks and leftovers. Terra Normal, here we go. We drop a Draco and miss. Very unfortunate RNG here. And after the special defense drop, Draco doesn't even kill anyway. So Recover was just a correct play. But Draco crit kills. Now we go into Alakazam and lose our Alakazam to Earthquake. Very tragic, but it's okay. Alright, now we have in this big threat, which could totally use, Rock Polish on the Switch here. We decide to opt for Moonblast, picking up the KO on the bundle instead. I mean, it's something, you know? We go for Diamond Storm, that's solid ship. Recover is used. Diamond Storm could get us there, straight up. We just need to never miss and, run our opponent out of... Hold up. Curse? Moonblast? Ooh, 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 oh, oh, no, oh, oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, are we getting swept by a Cradilly right now? This looks like we are being swept by a Cradilly right now. Also, where are our Diamond Storm boosts? What the fuck? Where are those who boost the diamond? So we're actually kind of just cooked by we're actually kind of cooked by this Greydilly here. Which is, you know, we saw counter Alakazam and Curse Greydilly win a game. So yeah, I mean, here we go. It's setting up curses. We need a like Draco Meteor crit. No crit. Recover? No, just Earthquake? Okay. We need that crit now. If we don't get it, yeah, looks like we're cooked. Okay, crit can still save us at any point. No crit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Dilly is cray. When the Dilly is cray. When the Dilly is cray. When the Dilly is cray. And this Dilly went cray all over the place right now, for real, for real. And, XCTL, I believe that one is Dusty. I think Mocha Pudding is Gorfield, and XCTL is Dusty. So I believe Dusty, yes, I believe this is correct. I believe Dusty is going to walk away with the victory here. This is a very long recap, I have noticed. A lot of these games took way longer than I feel like they should have. But it is okay. Eventually we will get there. As the Greydilly wet blankets the opponent to death. Which is very unfortunate for them. Alright, Mr. T versus Frank the Wolf. This one should be fast. Frank the Wolf does not know what stab is, apparently. Which stands for same type attack boost. Or bonus. Where your moves do 50% more damage if you use a move that is the same type as your Pokemon. Here is Urshifu Rapid on a Pokemon that is a grass type. But it's okay, we will simply dodge the move, and then we will U-turn, and Audino comes in with Shadow Sneak. We are a physical attacking Audino, which is Zoroark. Incredible. And physical attacking Zoroark Hisuian is going to get flinched by Dark Pulse. And now we are going to die to Draining Kiss, and the horse is on the Lorse. The horse is on the Lorse. We go for Luster Purge. The horse survives. We are going to now use Shadow Ball. The horse is on the Lorse. Draining Kiss the Darkrai. That Oko's the Darkrai. We are back to full. The horse is on the Lorse. Psychic kills the Nidoqueen, and the horse is on the Lorse. Why didn't we go into this Audino in the first place? It was the only thing that this thing cannot beat. No, it's too late though. The horse got off the Goob Nut and killed 4 Pokemon. Now we have Toxic Protect, but it's too late. The horse is on the Lorse. You can't stop the horse once it is on the Lorse. We try to go for Double Protect. We get the KO on Audino, and guess what's not surviving the horse? This Urshifu. The horse is on the Lorse. What a quick battle. Aqua Jet. Oh shit, the horse is no longer on the Lorse! Incredible! Only 5 KOs! Instead of 6, like the last time the horse was on the Lorse. Oh, well, anyways, Quaquaval can end the battle with Brave Bird. Good stuff for Mr. Titan T. Let's advance into the next game. So we have Urshifu Rapid. This time we are leading Metagross Fairy, presumably to Terrastalize into a Fairy type. But instead we actually Agility'd here. Very good stuff. Now we used Psychic Fangs, which kills the Urshifu in 1 bite. Because Metagross has a mouth that can crush dumpsters in 1 bite. Now we Terrastalize into a Fire type to use Heavy Slam, which also just Oko's Latios. Okay, Audino comes in, we're going to use Heavy Slam, bring the Audino to Sash, but it's actually a Zoroark Jump Scare, and Shadow Sneak's not going to kill, and Heavy Slam again. Now Nidoqueen is in, this dies to Psychic Fangs, right? Big crit Psychic Fangs, I feel like it might not have died, but thanks to the crit it did. Audino Mega Evolves, becoming a Fairy type to die to Heavy Slam, and the horse never got on the Lorse this time. It just sat in the back, as this Metagross apparently is just stronger than the entirety of Frank the Wolf's draft, including Urshifu Rapid, Darkrai, and also a Zoroark. Rough battle. Alright, now we have the last match. This was the one that we had to wait almost a week for in the extensions. So here we go. Antkiller versus Bento. So, Celesteela is the lead. Celesteela, a Pokemon I am known for liking in draft. Even though I hate playing against the Pokemon. Automatize. We are going to boost our speed. We are going to try and Meteor Beam the Zeraora, and the Zeraora survives with relative ease. We use Knockoff because we're bad at the game and we don't like killing the Pokemon that is in front of us. Now, Tinkaton is going to come in and switch into Blacephalon, my signature move. And now we are going to take 2 Flamethrowers for the price of 0. And we decide to Fire Blast now. Pick up the KO with Blacephalon. We get a special attack boost. That's very good stuff. Mega Blaziken is in. Mega Pert comes out to prevent the Mega Blaziken as Sword Stance is used. But guess what's going to happen here? Knockoff does not kill the Swampert. Oh, it's not Mega Pert. Someone else has Mega Pert. My bad. And we're going to Earthquake to knock out the Blaziken. Good stuff. Tapu Fini comes in to get Iron defenses off. We're using Rock Slide. Why are we on Rock Slide? For the Oricorio? Really? The Oricorio? And we are on Crit Me Not Fini, but once this terrain goes away, which is something we can totally just wait for, because this thing is probably not going to do any meaningful damage anytime soon. Yeah, once this terrain goes away, we could just use Toxic, and then we probably win. We Plasma Fist, which does a lot, honestly. And we could have probably gone into the Zeraora way earlier before it got up 2 Calm Minds and a second Iron Defense. But, you know, it's fine. We have Blacephalon in the back. We'll just crit with Shadow Ball. We go for Mind Blown to take a trip through the woods. And now Calm Mind is used. Not great. Not a good look for Bento, for sure. Because we're going to get knockoff on the Fini, and Fini is going to Stored Power, and we do not have Toxic. We are going to try and bonk this thing, but tragically for us, we are just not going to be winning this battle. Because this thing already got off the goob nut, as the kids say. Corv's going to come in now, and, I mean, we're just going to keep setting up. Why stop? We don't need to stop. I can't stop. You know, we already had enough to Oko everything, but, you know, we really just needed more. And, Draining Kiss, because I guess we're really scared of a crit. Hey, you know what? It was the right play. I was wrong. I was wrong. He needed that Draining Kiss to heal him for exactly 32% and heal him exactly out of range of the Brave Bird crit. But it's not like it would have mattered. We have an Aegislash in the back for, you know, the Latios. So the Latios is going to be fucking cooked anyway. And there's the Stored Power. And finally, the Draining Kiss. And there it is. We even crit him back for good measure, but I don't think it mattered there. That is a stab super effective Draining Kiss from a ×4 Fini. And finally, our last game of Week 2. So we have the Great Tusker versus Zeraora. Zeraora could be packing Play Rough, but instead we're going to just go into Corviknight, because that's what a normal person would do in this situation. Now, we could have clicked Brave Bird there. We could have also clicked Defog, because the switch is pretty obvious. You know, Great Tusker does not enjoy being in front of Corviknight. And now this Oricorio is going for Quiver Dances. And we switch for some reason. Okay. Well, we let Antkiller get off a roost for free. And now we have Terra Grassed Oricorio with Revelation Dance, and since it became a Grass type, Revelation Dance does become Grass type, which is a very fun interaction. Revelation Dance is a Grass type move, so Blacephalon does not care about it. And, guess what? Fire Blast. Okay, so now we're boosting our Beast. Blaziken's going to come in, and for some reason this scares us out, despite the fact that Blaziken is not known for being very bulky, but we do have a Protect turn, so it's a good switch in this case. Latias apparently is good enough to survive whatever move Blaziken has. We go for Psychic, and here comes Tapu Fini trying to set up again. Will we have something to prevent this? Well, this time we instantly go into Zeraora, which is the correct play. Tapu Fini is going to go for Iron Defense, but this time we can actually pressure it with the Plasma Fists. So now Draining Kiss is not going to heal us out of range of this, even with leftovers, and we do need to switch. So we clicked Plasma Fist again, because you kind of have to in that situation. Doing anything else is kind of just throwing. We go into Latias, as Close Combat is used on the switch to catch the Latias, I suppose. To get that big chip, because honestly Great Tusk did put out a pretty big chip there. Close Combat is used again to get off more big chip on the Latias, but now we are presumably going to be clicking an attack. Yep. And Antkiller reads the attack turn as we get a crit with the Psychic on the switch. Good stuff. Tinkaton comes in. Not really an answer to Aegislash, I wouldn't say. We are going to get Shadow Ball, take 1,000,000 damage. Now we're going to Terra Dark. Okay. But Aegislash used King Shield and said, miss me with that bullshit. And now Knockoff, not going to do enough, but it is going to do solid damage as Weakness Policy triggers. And did we boost our speed here? Nope, we just decided to go for Flash Cannon. Okay, Latias is going to come in and die to Shadow Sneak, but instead the Aegislash does not have a Shadow Sneak, which is interesting. Now Tapu Fini is back. We decide to go for Calm Mind as Fini goes for Draining Kiss. Well, I don't know why we decided to set up in front of the Pokemon with the Stab super effective move. Uh-oh, we're having a fight of who's gonna win, me or you. But tragically for Bento, Antkiller does win this situation because Draining Kiss does damage and is also super effective. As opposed to Roost, which does not do damage and is not super effective on Tapu Fini. But now we are going to just both set up to plus 1,000,000, which is so bad. And this Latias better kill this. 50% Draining Kiss turn? No? Okay, well we do survive now thanks to this Calm Mind. Why are we Calm Minding again? We really need to hit this thing. And now we get crit and full punished for our fucking foolishness. And Plasma Fists, even on a crit's not going to do enough. You're dying to this Draining Kiss. This game is over. Our foolishness knows no bounds. We do not know how to deal with Pokemon setting up. Very unfortunate. And Antkiller is just going to continue setting up because he feels like he needs to. And he really doesn't. Because, you know, now you're giving him more turns to crit you. And, yeah. Especially when you could have just killed the thing. I know this thing has stored power, you know? Yeah, you could have just did that. But it's okay. Anyways, Antkiller does end up getting the 2-0 win over Bento. And that is all of the matches from Week 2. Fantastic stuff. I hope you all enjoyed this recap, and I hope you all learned something. Okay, have a beautiful day. Goodbye.